Hi everyone, I'm so glad you have found this video. My name is Emily Reamer, and today we are going to talk about your health vision and how this is different than a resolution or a goal and why it really matters when it comes to achieving the health goals that you set for yourself. I know everybody talks about this at the beginning of a new year, but you can do this anytime you are starting to tackle something new, you want to make a change. So I'm going to walk you through how to find your health vision in 3 steps. I'm going to give you the right questions to ask to help you get there. And by the end of this video, you will have clarity on what your best health looks like. You will know why it matters to you. And you'll also understand why it is going to be the fuel that gets you to the finish line of any goal or resolution that you set when it comes to your health. So I want you to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, something to write with, and we are going to get right into it. So step number 1. You are the expert in your own life. You are in the driver's seat, and that means you need a solid roadmap. You need to know your starting point. You need to know your destination. So for the purposes of your health vision, it means knowing where you are right now and where you really want to be, what you want your health to look like going forward. And when we think of health in this way, it is not just about losing weight, sleeping better, eating well. It's also about these other elements that make up your whole health. So things like having a sense of purpose, having strong relationships and a sense of belonging in your community. It's mental health and well-being, making sure that that is strong, that you feel energized. It is all of these things. So first, I want you to take a minute, maybe even pause the video if you want to, and write down everything that makes up your health. Okay, so for example, it could be those things that we just talked about, weight loss or maintaining a healthy weight. If maybe you're feeling like you need to gain weight to get there, it could be sleeping more quality sleep. It could be stronger relationships. I want you to write down all of these things. And I know for many of you, this may be a new way to think about your health. Oftentimes, we don't think about health until we're sick. And so it's a reaction to what has happened. We think about, well, how can I get better because I'm sick now? This is a different way to think about it. This is a way to think about, I feel amazing in this vision, and how am I going to get myself there actively instead of reactively when something goes wrong with our health and we just don't feel well. This is whole person health and well-being. It means understanding what your life goals are and how these different elements connect to those goals. So go ahead, pause the video, and then come back. All right, maybe you paused, maybe you didn't, whatever, you do you. That is what you want to be thinking about as the first step towards your health vision. If you did take a moment to write them down, you might be surprised at how many different elements make this up. You could have been thinking maybe that exercise was like this big component of health, but then when you started writing all of this down, maybe you realized it's not exercise, it's actually community that is the big component. Because when you go to exercise, you have this amazing group of friends that builds you up, pushes you to work harder, that you want to see. And so maybe it's community that is in your vision of health and wellness. Finding these connections between these different categories is so huge when you actually start to develop your vision and when you start to think about which goals, different than vision, which goals you want to start with first. So take a moment to look at these different areas, and I want you to take a second now and rate them. Rank them on like a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 would be you're not focused on this at all. It doesn't matter maybe in this particular moment. 10 is you are crushing it in this area. You're doing really well. And when you kind of assess yourself in that way, you'll sort of know where there might be places of challenge or room for improvement and places where you feel really strong and you have that locked in and dialed in, your places of success. Okay, second step, your vision. This is your best health. I want you to imagine what your best health looks like 1 year from now. And I want you to get really specific with this. So if you are a visual person, I want you to close your eyes. If you are a writer like me, grab your paper, grab your pen, and start jotting down notes to these questions. What are you doing in this vision? And when I say specific, I mean specific. So for example, you wake up without an alarm and feel energized from the moment your feet hit the floor. You walk out to your kitchen, You make your beverage of choice, coffee, tea, and you sit a moment in the quiet. That's how specific I want you to get on days when you feel alive and vibrant. Question 2, how do you feel in this health vision? Maybe you feel energized. Maybe you feel calm. Maybe you feel giddy because you just are alive and well. Feel the vision. Question 3, what inspires you about what you're seeing right now? I think inspiration is one of the most underrated tools that we have when it comes to setting goals and achieving them. Finding inspiration every day will help you with the consistency required to be successful. Question 4, what does achieving this vision make possible for you? What can you do because you feel fully alive, fully healthy, fully well? These 4 questions are meant to sort of get your imagination going. The sky is the limit. There is no right answer. It is all about what works and what is unique for you. If you can't see this right away, and that's okay, I encourage you to bookmark this video, maybe save this spot and come back to it. Just kind of let it percolate in your mind, over the next few days as you're going about your work and your business and with your family, and really think about what your life looks like when you are fully well, when you are who you want to be. If you don't know where you want to go, if you don't know how to get there, you don't have the map. And you can set every goal in the world, but it is going to be really challenging to stick with it and to help you get there. 3rd step, I want you to think about what happens, what your life looks like if nothing changes. If you don't change anything, what does your health look like in a year? What does your life look like in 5 years, in 10 years? This step, I think a lot of people are like, oh man, Emily, why do you make me think about this? It is not meant to be a downer. It's just to help you to understand how powerful your vision is. If nothing changes, what does that look like? For a lot of people, they don't like that answer. And that becomes inspiration. It becomes motivation. If you don't stop to examine a future without change, you are going to spin your wheels. But with a strong vision of your ideal health, a strong sense of why it matters to get there, when you think about what you're doing, how you're feeling, who you're with, you will find the motivation to show up consistently on a path that leads to that vision, to your ideal health. And this applies no matter what your goal is. Weight loss, sleeping better, reduced anxiety, stronger relationships. Your vision is the foundation that you come back to. So that, my friends, is how you find your health vision. 3 steps. There is a lot of reflection with this one. I totally get it. So maybe this is one of those times where you kind of just, okay, I took this all in. I'm going to walk away for a little bit. I'm going to think about it and come back to it. Don't rush this part. It matters to sit in this for a bit and to really come up with a specific vision for what your health looks like. It is worth the effort. If you liked this video, you can hit the like button. You can also subscribe. In 2023, I will be releasing 1 video every week, likely on Tuesdays. So you can come back. You'll get notifications when those videos pop up. Just tips like this to find your best health and where you absolutely feel your best. You can connect with me on social media, Instagram and Facebook, as well as on my website, emilyreamercoaching.com. I hope you have a great day. I can't wait to hear about your vision. Drop a comment below if you'd like, or DM me, email me, whatever feels good. Until next time.